Today, Eastern Washington Representative Michael Baumgartner addressed the ICE shooting in Minneapolis during a virtual media availability. Now, to be clear, the press conference was to address recent funding that he helped secure in the House for several infrastructure and water projects in Eastern Washington. But he also took questions on other topics, including about ICE and Minneapolis.
We had a good appropriations bill last week on water issues.
From his office in Washington, D.C., Eastern Washington Congressman Michael Baumgartner addressed funding Congress appropriated for 6 projects in Eastern Washington, including nearly $2 million to upgrade the Adams County Jail, another $1 million for improvements to a wastewater treatment plant in the city of Palouse, and 4 other projects.
These water projects in particular, I feel very strongly about for our small towns.
The bills now head to the Senate. We also asked the congressman about the events in Minneapolis this week, the fatal shooting of Renee Good by an ICE officer, and whether he thinks it should be investigated or probed in a congressional hearing.
So it should be investigated. Obviously, it's a tragedy when anybody gets killed, but, from what I've seen, it looks like a justified shooting in me in defense of the law enforcement officer. But again, I do want to see it investigated and get those facts out. And responsible public officials should do better than they've done, particularly in our state, just to respond to a politically charged environment.
When asked about DHS Secretary Kristi Noem calling Renee Good a domestic terrorist, Baumgartner had this to say.
I would like to refrain from making those kind of comments until there's an investigation, and I know more.
The congressman also discussed Venezuela, banning members of Congress from selling individual stocks, and more. You can watch that full unedited interview right now over on KREM 2+.